whoever up top. As Green throws it ahead to LeBron, makes the catch, he spins, he fires! Oh, he nailed it! LeBron James from the foul line, a turnaround jumper to win it in dramatic fashion off the long Jeff Green inbound pass as LeBron has won it for the Cavaliers. What a night for LeBron James!
That was LeBron last night, a much-needed Cavs win in overtime, and today some much-needed trade deadline action from the reigning Eastern Conference champs who have lost 14 of their last 22. It is TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader. Ernie Johnson, Shaq's here, Chuck's here, Kenny's here.
No wonder he didn't hug nobody after they hit that shot.
And you know...
Hey, as happy as he was last night, he happier today.
You know that it was not a quiet trade deadline when we actually have the insider David Aldridge come by and appear live on the pregame show, because it was a crazy afternoon.
Yes,
and
sir.
The Cleveland Cavaliers were front and center. The Auto Trader player comparison. Take a look at the guys who are now former Cavs. Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, Iman Shumpert, Jay Crowder, Derrick Rose, D. Wade, all out of Cleveland, and the Cavs get younger in a hurry. Larry Nance Jr., Jordan Clarkson, George Hill, Rodney Hood. George Hill, the only guy over 30. The other three are all 25 years old. And so the massive makeover of the Cleveland Cavaliers has happened. And did you see this coming, D.A.?
So, you thought they would do something. George Hill was in play, and you thought maybe that's what they're going to do to try and shake things up, but they took a blowtorch to it, Ernie. I mean, they just say, this isn't working. What we put together isn't working at all. And so not only did they get George Hill and get rid of Isaiah Thomas, they also traded Dwayne Wade. And you're happy for Dwayne is going back to Miami, but the bottom line is he's still very close to LeBron. So they were like, we're going to start from scratch here, basically, with a new group of guys. We're much younger, a lot less playoff experience, but much more versatile and long. And
so LeBron's much happier, as you say, Chuck, today than he was last night.
Ernie, this team had no chance of winning or even getting to the finals 24 hours ago. Now they, to me, become the favorites. They were old, slow, unathletic. And they changed that quickly and didn't give up Kevin Love.
Right.
People forget he's coming back. This was a great day to be a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. I mean, it just was a great day. And no matter what you say, now, can they beat the Golden State Warriors? No, I'm not sure saying they can beat them. But this is just a great pickup. David, I forget the GM's name because he's
Kobe Altman.
Kobe. Not Kobe Bryant, y'all. But listen, this is just a great trade, a great day to be a Cleveland Cavaliers fan, plain and simple.
You know, my only concern is that ever since the loss to Golden State, they've been in scramble mode. They scrambled to put the team together.
Right.
It didn't work, so now they got to re-scramble. You're bringing in a bunch of new guys, all-star breakers coming up. So you got a short window of time to become the best in the East. And they got some good players, but I agree with you, Chuck. They're still not ready for Golden State. So even though they had a good day, their day is still not good enough.
Yeah,
but they were looking like they weren't ready for Toronto, Boston, or Washington, or anybody.
Listen, Toronto is better. Boston, depending on, they got Greg Monroe.
Yep.
And I actually think Gordon Hayward's going to play again this year. They wasn't better. They wasn't going to beat either one of those teams.
Exactly.
But I think today they moved back in front. They had to do something. But the thing is, they didn't give up anybody who was helping them.
No.
Yeah, well.
Or the pick from Brooklyn.
Or the pick.
Well, anytime you have LeBron James on your team, every year you have to try to win it all. There is no making guys get better and helping them along the way. You have the best player in the world, you have to get better. The one thing that you did see is, I think Isaiah Thomas, obviously, he wasn't healthy. That was probably it. More than anything, he will, in 6 months, be Isaiah Thomas that we saw last year. But more importantly, we can't wait for him either.
Exactly.
So it's like we just couldn't wait for him. They could not wait for him.
But
That's what the Cleveland Cavaliers said. Not the fact that he couldn't do it.
But it wasn't a good fit either. His agent even said, look, Isaiah's a ball-dominant guy, and the ball in Cleveland is in LeBron James' hands.
So was Kyrie.
Where's Kyrie
him
now?
and Kyrie are two different players, but Ernie, they wasn't going to re-sign him anyway. They wasn't going to give him $200 million. Yeah. So to be able to go out and get Jordan
Clarkson
and Larry Nance Jr., that's a win-win. Because they wasn't going to re-sign him over the summer no matter what.
And he was himself.
And the Lakers aren't either.
But if he was himself,
the Lakers,
it's a different look.
No, Kenny.
We look at Paul George in Oklahoma at the beginning of the season and where he is now. It takes time to fit into what people are doing.
they were not going to re-sign Isaiah Thomas. And let me tell you something, the Lakers aren't either.
No. Well, he's
Chuck,
auditioning. We know that.
Yeah, this is an audition for other teams around the league. Nobody's got Isaiah, as much as we like Isaiah, the Lakers are not going to give him $200 million.
What does this do for the Lakers, big
Look,
picture?
the only thing the Lakers were concerned about was getting Jordan Clarkson's contract off their books. That was the only mission for them. Either him or Randall. They got Clarkson off, which was the harder one to trade, frankly. So now they have an opportunity. It's not guaranteed, but they have an opportunity to be a player in the summer of 2018. Remember a couple of days ago, they put it out there, well, maybe we're thinking about 2019 now. Well, no, they weren't. They wanted to get back into 2018. They got back into 2018 by trading Clarkson. Maybe they can get 2 max guys, but at least they can make an offer now. I think the Clippers setting themselves up for 19, with Jerry West there with the Clippers as the ultimate closer, that's a guy you do not want to mess with in free agency. He gets guys like Durant to come to the Warriors. So the Lakers said, hey, let's take 2018, put that back into play, when we can go after LeBron, we can go after Paul George. Maybe we get them both. Maybe we just get one, but we can go get somebody. We can go attack.
Magic also said, he's like, Alonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Randall, you guys can be good players, but we're going to get players who are ready.
Right, that's right.
And then you maybe can emulate them. You can mirror what they do. Because you may be that one day, but we're in Lakerland and we don't wait either.
Right.
So they're saying the same thing.
You know, a lot of people are saying that Cleveland had the best day, but I think the Lakers had the best day. You create $49 million in cap space. Ken, you know how it is in Killer Cali in the summer. Everybody's there anyway. So, like you said, you can get 1 or 2 big man guys to come play in LA.
There's another team that had a good day that nobody's talking about, the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
I think the Denver Nuggets had a good day. They're right on that borderline being a good team, but I thought today they made a couple really nice trades that's going to help them.
Yep.
What didn't happen that you were sure was going to happen?
I'm shocked that Memphis didn't move Tariq Evans.
They've been sitting him for weeks.
They sat him and
they
said,
didn't want him
sit,
to
because
get
we're
hurt.
going to trade you. And then they didn't trade him.
Yeah, but if you look at the reports, and I don't know what's true or not true, they were just greedy.
Well,
Listen, I told you, everybody think they married to a Playboy bunny. Most people married to rabbits. And you don't get to tell people what you want.
Is that really the first time you've heard him say
Yeah,
that?
it has
Yes, it is. That one.
Ernie and I have been here 17 years, man. That is not the first time.
It's at least 3
Chuck, that
times
was
a
awesome.
year.
Yeah, that's the
20
first
years.
one.
17 times 3, carried 2. Yeah, that's 70
Were they
times.
close on? Was DeAndre Jordan close to being dealt?
well, they talked to a lot of people, Toronto, Washington, a couple teams, but
Scott Van Pelt.
right.
Hey, one of my favorite people in the world, Scott Van Pelt, especially
great.
Bad Beats every week.
Okay.
Gotta watch it
Who's
every
Jameer
week.
Nelson playing with now?
He got traded to the Mavericks?
Pistons.
The Pistons.
Pistons. There you go. SVP, there's your one who he played for, and he missed it.
Wizards didn't do anything.
Back with more on
Surprise there, too.
TNT NBA tip-off presented
Hey,
by Auto
Ted,
Trader.
we much better without John Wall. That's what he was saying.
You okay?
The selection show, March Madness, going to be on TBS
Ernie,
on Sunday, March 11th.
let me tell you something. There's no best team in the country. It is completely up for grabs this year.
Yeah.
Completely up for grabs. I thought Iowa was the best team until last night.
Iowa.
Yeah. Not me, not Iowa. Purdue. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Purdue.
Yeah.
Purdue. They're the same. Indiana and Iowa, they're the same state.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow. That is
That's
the
an
most
Auburn
convoluted
education.
Come on. Idaho.
Settle.
Iowa and Indiana are in the same state.
No, they're the same. Hey,
Iowa
Montana and
Whatever.
Montana.